What's up, YouTube? You gotta excuse me, I'm got a little bit of a head cold, but check this out. When I was doing my research, I'm doing research on different things. Diddy freak-off attendees, victim or predator. BJ investigates soft white underbelly. Investigate soft white underbelly. I think that's the name of the YouTube channel that she's investigating or whatever, but I'm bringing y'all this video because I am here researching the truth, the facts. And while I'm researching it, I'm noticing that the difference between believable bull and just straight up bull. Some of this bull out here is like, God dang, they tricking people. And people think that this bull is facts. They think it's facts. So I said all that to say, I've been seeing this girl, this lady, she has a daughter that's 13 or 14 or something like that, that's been trained by her in doing the same thing. So wait a minute, check this out. So without any further ado, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and check this video out, man. This is real interesting. If you are looking for the truth, if you are down with trying to get the truth, you know what I'm saying?
I got myself into a situation where I was about to get trafficked.
You are the daughter of someone that I've interviewed before.
Yeah.
One of the working girls.
Yes.
In South Central. Her name was Tanea.
What's going on with Tanea? You're already over it.
I feel like she started being jealous of me.
Y'all broke up already? It was just last week.
Do you have a spending addiction?
Oh yeah.
She used to abuse me. She used to go on live.
Your antibiotics, but you want to go get hit on.
Expose me, embarrass me. She used to post my messages.
Yes, she is a child.
You regret having kids?
No, this is 35 years of hard work.
The same thing she doing now. This been happening since 4 or 3 years ago.
He does not like my daughter being on the street. So we're arguing about that all.
Do you like your daughter being on the streets?
Heck no. Heck no. It was just her birthday. I'll talk about that, and I'm going to tell you what she did. I'm a finesser at heart. I'm going to always get what I need to get. Stealing, finessing, whatever.
Stealing? Finessing? You is poor.
So that's why now I'm just used to it.
Wow. Has all the attention, the social media fame been a problem? I mean, that's what it seems like to be the problem with you guys.
Man, a total problem.
Cause you know.
Now, just to bring some content to it, how I end up finding this young lady is because she was at one of Diddy's freak-off parties, and she was explaining and breaking the whole thing down, you know, and I was thinking that it was very interesting in some of the stuff she was saying, so I started researching her.
You know, when you lose your and you start, being a certain way, right? Girl, she's still acting like 10-year-old, you know what I'm saying?
It's still just destruction.
Oh my God, bro. These guys are like the definition of toxic relationships.
That's messed up. I did not raise you like that. Put some respect on my name. Your mom.
And why do you have this on your forehead? What is that?
Apple don't fall too far from the tree. She has a father too.
Yeah, you seem to have it figured out. Are you similar to your mom?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not as how you say it? Conniving.
I'm the one who laid down and kept it. I could have had an abortion.
I'm not as conniving as her.
Look who's back.
I could have had an
Your mom was here a
abortion,
little
no
while
kidding.
ago.
Yeah.
A month or so ago.
And she lied about everything.
Soft
Did you
white
see that video?
underbelly.
Yeah.
14 years
That's why I'm trying to
old.
stay away from her now. I just tried to go back with her to try to go back to school and stuff because, school just started. She keep bringing up my past interview. She want me to come on here and say that I lied about everything.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing this fine? And whatever the day of the week it is that you're going to actually watch this. So I know it looks a little bit different back here. That is because I am getting ready to stream on my other channel right now. But apparently everybody cares about Tanea from Soft White Underbelly all of a sudden. I mean, the girl's going on to the TMZ with the Harvey Levins and everybody else of the world.
This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having.
Now, this is the interview that we did right here. And they told me not to say anything. Just keep your comments to yourself, because they know I would have said, first of all, how dare you wear anything like that and you have a daughter? I ain't even talking about how dare you wear anything like that to an interview that you know you're gonna be on video. You know what she doing. She got every man just looking like, ooh, that's a shame.
This corner, I'm just gonna say, because I don't know what I can say, because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦 Barbies.
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not gonna say what type of little people, but like a fed. And I'm looking like, what are they doing here?
Tanea Wallace, who claims she's been at a freak-off and said she saw children, and it was hard for her to say it.
Adults who are little people, or are you talking about minors?
There you go.
Am I gonna get in trouble?
If he asking you the
I
question.
don't want to say I witnessed any of that crazy stuff, but we all have common sense.
That's probably the most explosive thing that you said in the Software Underbelly interview, because a bunch of people fucking doing drugs, who cares? But then you're like saying that there was basically underage people. Now, how underage are we talking? Like, obviously, like teenagers.
I'm not trying to have nobody come looking for me.
Listen,
Little.
I'm just trying to, because you're saying little, but you're kind of making it sound like you might be talking about midgets. But it's hard to imagine all these people.
I would have said midgets.
But I do want to just remind y'all.
Then I would have said midgets.
I was talking about this like a year ago. Yeah, I was talking about this a long time ago, and I have been covering this. So I am going to insert some clips. Maybe it'll be the whole video right here. I really don't know. We'll see. I'll catch y'all at the end of the video and we'll see. But yeah, I just want to remind y'all that I was talking about Tanea and her daughter, Nova, who eventually went missing. I don't know if she's still missing or not. I mean, it's true. They've been making the rounds, girl. They've been making the waves, the rounds, and everything else. But I do want to include this from a video I made all the way back in January 2024.
So helping is not part of my channel. That's not what this channel, Software Underbelly, is all about. Now,
she's talking about this person's channel and how his channel came up and got developed and everything, man. And this is some interesting, these people are doing some real interesting research. Learn how to do research. That's what it's about.
Here's a whole community of
And people probably try to ask, like, what does he have in common with him? Does he do drugs with him?
Never smoke.
Does he never smoke?
I've never smoked.
Mark, I see you. Love me, I miss you. Mark, everybody down here's like.
Have you ever done any other narcotics?
Nothing. Never.
Nothing.
Yeah, every single one. All right, Barbie.
But drugs are not my thing.
Right.
The ones that tell you they're not are lying.
You be out on you be out on Figaro late at night. Have you ever paid one of them out there for sex?
No, I mean, I look like it because I'm picking girls up on the street and I'm driving them away and I bring them over here. And there's no bed here, but
yeah. For what? The creation of all witchcraft? Deal.
I just wanted to say I feel uncomfortable. The guy videotaping right now.
I don't do, like, this is not a helping channel. This channel is not about helping.
Everyone, even your fucking family. And a lot of people think that I'm scamming Mark.
Do you know what dissociative
identity disorder?
Yeah.
Deal. As an culture slave? Absolutely. Deal. Oh my god, anything to do with the CIA, I would love.
I am your sugar daddy.
Yeah, I'm your sugar daddy. I'm the performer.
Even your family is fucking fake.
Oh, and I need that film that you promised me, Daddy.
Oh, downtown. Come see me tomorrow. I don't do, like, this is not a helping channel. This channel is not about helping. If it was, you'd see a lot more videos about me helping.
Ooh, what's this? Ooh. And I'm just like, You don't shoot off anymore, Dad. I remember in the 80s used to do then.
Let's get into it.
I'm starting to realize that it's not like people would do anything for money. Sometimes you have to do things to get money. Now, this guy with his channel and everything, I'm just going to go out there and just say, these people are pressed to get $150 that don't fall in their lap every day. Let's just say $100. I think you can go and get some people to do an interview. Look, all I want to do is talk to you, interview. I'm going to ask you these questions, whatever. And they a little bit off their rocker anyway. For $100. And this guy it's making, I don't even want to tell you how much money his channel, you can look it up. You can go to socialblade.com, type in his channel, his YouTube channel, and just look at the numbers for yourself. But go ahead.
Mark Laita is a professional photographer turned YouTuber who grew up in Detroit and Chicago before starting photography studios in Los Angeles and New York in the 80s. He's mostly known for his work on the iconic iMac launch photos and for his YouTube channel, Soft White Underbelly. He was reportedly Apple's highest paid photographer at the height of his career, when he apparently turned his attention to a passion project, photographing and interviewing people in the so-called soft white underbelly of American society. Today, his YouTube channel, Soft White Underbelly, has a subscriber count of nearly 5 million subscribers.
5 million subscribers. Let's do research.
And it features thousands of interviews.
See, this right here is like Social Blade. I don't know if it is or not, but this is how that's how the numbers look on Social Blade.
Interviews with subjects that Mark finds in the Skid Row area of Los Angeles and in the Appalachian region of the eastern United States. These interviews are disturbing, jarring, and often upsetting. Mark prompts the subjects of his interviews to discuss some of the most traumatic and painful moments of their lives on camera. Many of them discuss traumas and turmoils going all the way back to their childhood.
What was the worst time of your life? Worst period of your life?
My childhood.
Like early childhood?
Yeah, my early childhood.
When I was 9, my dad was in prison, and he told my grandma to let me use his phone for my birthday. I was going through his pictures, and I found a video.
I met with my auntie and uncle. They took me in because I lived with my dad. He turned out to be a molester, so his wife left him.
Including sexual abuse, the foster care system, homelessness, and parental figures struggling with substance abuse. In the fall of 2006, a collection of Mark's photographs called Created Equal was featured in a Los Angeles art gallery as an exhibit for about 6 weeks.
All men are created equal. Okay, men and women. These days, we're living in a world of contrast and conflict. His name is Mark Laita, and his work is on display at the Fahey Klein Gallery in Los Angeles.
My name is Mark Laita. I'm a photographer. The name of the project is Created Equal. I'm trying to show how, we're all really the same. If you really peel off all the stuff we've picked up from our careers and from our environment and our upbringing and all that stuff, basically we're all, we all boil down to being the same thing. I've been doing it since '99, so it's been about 7 years now. Paired up in these images, you start seeing that we're all very similar rather than, we're all connected rather than very separate. They feel honored. They feel like, wow, somebody's really finally respecting me. They're not all the exact same formula. Some of them are very simple and basic, and the connections that are made between the two are very superficial. It's the outrageousness of a pedophile with a little trick-or-treater girl. You can almost somewhat mix them up and pair them differently, and they still kind of work, The concept is people are people, and if that's true, then you can almost take anybody with anybody, and they'll all work.
Throughout the next few years, Mark would earn his living as a commercial photographer, shooting campaigns for huge names like Gatorade, Visa, Estee Lauder, IBM, the English National Opera, and perhaps most famously, Apple. So by the time 2006 rolled around and Mark Laita was presenting his art in these galleries, he was a very well-established commercial photographer. Now we're in 2016, and Mark Laita creates the Soft White Underbelly YouTube channel, a self-proclaimed passion project. And despite his efforts with the Soft White Underbelly channel, the self-proclaimed passion project was kind of a flop from what I can tell. In the channel's first 3 years online, it had only acquired about 3,000 total subscribers. Maybe Mark knew it, or maybe he didn't. But 2019 would be the year that changed his life forever. On December 14th, 2019, Mark would publish an interview with a subject named Amanda Rabb. It would be the first of many interviews that would take place on the channel over the next couple of years, before Amanda would eventually unexpectedly die at just 25 years old. But for our timeline purposes on today's video, just know that Amanda Rabb's first interview, from as far as I can tell, was published to Soft White Underbelly on December 14th, 2019.
pretty girl like you probably makes nice money.
Yeah.
Well, and what do you charge for a date?
Like $20 to $30.
Mark also linked a GoFundMe in the description box of Amanda's first interview, December 14th, 2019. Now that link is still there today, but the fundraiser itself is similar to the other one we just looked at, also closed. But before that fundraiser stopped accepting donations, it had accrued more than $100,000. The last donations made appear to be from 2 years ago. Anyway, speaking of fundraisers though, let's fast forward to January 7th, 2021, when Mark Laita apparently makes the first ever post on the official Soft White Underbelly Instagram account. The post featured another Soft White Underbelly fan favorite, Amanda Rab, and it encouraged Mark's followers to donate to a treatment program that Mark helped Amanda to get into. Unfortunately, just 4 short months later, Amanda lost her life in a Nevada treatment center that the fundraiser Mark advertised had helped to pay for. That fundraiser had raised nearly $40,000 before it was closed down. On August 24th, 2021, Mark started a company called Soft White Underbelly, LLC.
You were having some, I ain't gonna say issues, but you were just having some complications with the situation with the girl Exotic. Let's talk about that a little bit, and let's dive into that.
Yeah, I don't want to pull anybody under the bus. Here's what I'll say about that. So helping is not part of my channel. That's not what this channel, Soft White Underbelly, is all about. But I'm just a sucker / nice guy, whatever you want to call it. Adam would call me a sucker. Somebody else might call me a nice guy.
He ain't gonna call you that.
Whatever. No, whatever. But I'm helpful to a lot of these people. Some I've been more helpful to. And what people don't understand, like Azraya Exotic, got a lot of help. But the reason she got so much help, her video just took off for whatever reason. She's a very pretty girl, right? And her story was interesting, but it wasn't more interesting than 95% of the other girls on Fig that I interviewed. But there's something about her video that just took off. People wanting to help her, people wanting to marry her, people wanting to donate money. So I have a GoFundMe, a channel, a general GoFundMe. I don't target it for one person. I'm doing it for the Whitaker family, but that one's separate. But generally I have a GoFundMe that just collects money, and I tend to spread it amongst all the people that I interview in different ways. But what was happening with Exotic is everybody was donating money and saying, I want this to go to Exotic. And
how much did that generate for her personally?
About $40,000, $50,000.
Wow.
For a young girl. Who's
off of a fucking GoFundMe. What the fuck?
Her video got 10 million views. So I've got over 1,000 videos on my channel.
See, I'm not the only one
YouTube Studio, which is a great app that YouTube has.
I have it,
but I have a code.
And they tell you everything you want to know about a video, including the ratio of likes to dislikes. And generally my videos, if it's a sex offender, it might get 93, 94%. If it's
algorithms.
A drug addict, it'll get 95,
Learn algorithms,
96%,
people.
97. If it's a nice, sweeter story, maybe 98.
If you want to change your life, learn algorithms, learn keywords, hashtags, learn how to make money online. That's what I teach.
Exotic's first video got 99.6%. Highest by a long shot of anything I've ever done.
In September 2022, Mark sat in front of the camera on his channel to make a major channel announcement in like a 2.5 minute long video. He was basically whining that like the month earlier in August, YouTube had changed its advertiser friendly guidelines or whatever and demonetized like 2/3 of his videos or something. He was whining about money and the direction of the channel and whatever, which I mean, on the one hand, like, he gets on my nerves and I kind of feel like boohoo, get over it, because I don't really like his content. But on the other hand, I would be remiss not to mention that is a frightening and scary situation to find yourself in whenever you've relied upon YouTube making certain decisions about your videos. And then, I don't know, I'm gonna just call that one karma. I don't know. He was upset to be demonetized, but he claimed that he wasn't making the videos for money anyway.
From that investment? I'm not going to make money on it.
Right.
I mean, I actually did make a lot of money.
He advertises his subscription channel and encourages people to sign up if they want to support his work financially. He also verbally promotes the channel GoFundMe, which is the same one from earlier, that $104,000 figure. He puts that in the description box and says he's going to keep the ball rolling, doing what he's been doing, making his videos. He also makes the astonishing revelation that his related videos usually get 200 to 400,000 views in the first day that they are posted. And that's when the pieces all kind of started coming together for me. Mark knows that his videos featuring workers get a ton of views. The man even knew the average of how many views they usually get in the first 24 hours off the top of his head. His first breakout stars, Amanda and Kelly, were advertised in the titles of their videos as prostitutes, which have now acquired more than 20 million total views combined. For those two women, he advertised specific GoFundMe fundraisers that were organized to help these women specifically. I remembered all the mentions of pimps and all the dozens, if not hundreds, of references Mark had previously made to pimps and his association with self-proclaimed pimps. It was startling, to say the least.
After I came back from Memphis, I was getting phone calls from pimps and prostitutes for months, every morning.
You make the money and you bring me all of it, and I decide on how we chop it up and how we make it happen.
Yeah, these are my girls right here. Like, we always used to kind of joke about it, like, oh, we could do this to get some money.
You guys were in the streets before this happened?
Yeah. I mean, we're actually we're homeless.
Yeah. Ashley and Crystal, were you working as workers at all before the...
Before we met him?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I
got a couple questions for you, Mark. Let's...
Wait a minute. Are they still homeless? Well, they look, I can tell by they look, I can tell by they dressing that they making some type of money, even though they might be homeless. They can't afford to pay no monthly bills. That's a hard decision. I think they faking. I really think they faking. I'm sorry, y'all.
Workers at all before that?
before we met him?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I
got a couple questions for you, Mark. Let's get into it.
What do you want to know?
You say you be out on 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 late at night. Have you ever paid one of them out there for sex?
No, I have not.
You've never paid for sex, not one time. Never, not one time out on 𝗗𝗢𝗡.
Never. No, I mean, I look like it because I'm picking girls up on the street and I'm driving them away and I bring them over here. And there's no bed here, but I bring them back, and I don't know what that looks like, but I know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is, but ain't it always what it looks like? Ain't that what they care about? It's always what it looks like. Shit, they care about what this looks like right now.
Yeah.
On December,
he is over the top fake. He might got some girls believing in his fakeness, but dude, sometimes I don't know if I should keep it real, keep my mouth shut, or whatever the case may be. But, dude, you as fake as I don't know what. Just this type of person right here beats on women only. Get a real man in your face and you would not say a word.
You know what it is, but ain't it always what it looks like? Ain't that what they care about? It's always what it looks like. Shit, they care about what this looks like right now.
Yeah.
On December 7th, 2023, Mark Laita posted a video on his channel, and the video
about it's always what it looks like. Shit, they care about what this looks like right now.
Yeah.
On December 7th, 2023, Mark Laita posted a video on his channel, and the video was of a naked, uncensored child. The child was introduced to the audience as Nova. Believe it or not, Mark didn't just stop there. He conversed one-on-one with this child about sex work and other things, and there appeared to be no parent or guardian there with Nova.
Have you been working some of the streets as a prostitute? How long has that been going on?
Since May.
Since May?
Yeah.
Is it a horrifying life for a 13-year-old girl?
Yeah. Every time, like before I go to the blade or anything, like my stomach, it'll feel like I'm finna throw up, or I gotta use the bathroom. It's just.
Do these men know you're 13?
In the interview, Mark allowed this child to advertise her illegal services, and
they may not know that you're 13. They may not know that. But what they do know is they know you young. Excuse me. And at the age of 13, they may well, don't ask, don't tell. They know you under 18. They know they really pushing that I'm about to get myself in trouble. I'm about to do something illegal. But I'm not thinking that, and she look like she ready for it anyway. So I who am I? I mean, I ain't on no How to Catch a Predator. Y'all need to check that. Y'all need to check that out. We need to do some How to Catch a Predator videos.
And even encouraged her to disclose where potential assailants and predators could locate her to take advantage of her even more than the sickos in her life already had.
How did you get introduced to that? At 13.
She texted me at like 3 o'clock in the morning and was like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
This is why I decided to play this video, because soft white underbelly, you are wrong. You are 110% wrong for doing this. How dare you put this up on your channel? Everybody, you are wrong. I don't care. You are wrong. And that's why I'm trying to bring the truth to people.
Laying down, I'm like, "What you doing?" She like, "I'm out trapping." And I'm like, "Trapping?" She sent the picture and I'm like, "You do that now?" And she like, "Yeah, it's fast money. You should do it with me." I told my mom, I'm like, "I'm about to go do a TikTok downstairs." And she was like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Can I do a TikTok in your car?" She gave me the keys. I put the keys next to the door and I ran away. I went and I got in the car and she was with this nigga. He had tattoos all over his face. He was playing music. He looked like a gangbanger. He was a gangbanger. He was a pimp. And I didn't even know that he was a pimp. So we had went to the Crenshaw Mall.
So your mom, just for those that are not aware, your mom was working as a prostitute as well?
I don't know.
That's what she told me in that interview that she did with me.
She told you that?
Yeah.
I seen a video of my mom on Fig, but I don't know if it's true. I hope it's not true. But it looked like she was on Fig. She said that she was walking from a club, but she doesn't go to clubs. And I heard in the past, like when I was like 5 and 6 and stuff, they used to tell me like, "Oh, your mom is getting money from dudes." And I'm like, maybe they're just friends, but so sometimes I think, yeah, she is a prostitute, but sometimes I think, no, she's not, because she has 3 babies to worry about at home. You feel me?
In my opinion, it was an advertisement advocating for normalizing and encouraging child. Truly nothing is sacred to the likes of Mark Laita. So that interview airs. And look, Mark's audience is used to deranged and depraved lunacy from this circus of a channel. I mean, just look at what he had his assistant do to that one man's testicles. But this blatant exploitation of a child was a bridge too far even for them. See, a huge issue that the audience took with the initial video was that Mark took no efforts to censor the child's exposed chest. In the video, the child is wearing a completely see-through top, like there was absolutely no mistaking the child's entire anatomy. So when taken together with the full context.
Wait a minute, I've been trying to, Mark, please help this child. She needs someone that gives us.
Of the video, like the fact that they were discussing sexual activities and services, advertising the exact location and types of illegal services that the child was being subjected to, even Mark Laita's audience simply couldn't just tolerate that this was art. The comment section blew up entirely. And from time to time, when Mark shits the bed like this, he'll delete a whole video. The man's extraordinarily fragile ego can simply not tolerate even the smallest inkling of criticism. So he did end up doing the right thing, in my opinion, by taking down that uncensored video. Unfortunately, he re-uploaded the disgusting video to his channel again, partially censoring out the child's areolas. Another issue that his audience took with the video was that the child had said her mother had lost legal custody or guardianship over her some months or years prior.
So you're supposed to be staying with your mom?
Yeah, but she kicked me out in December last year.
You just got kicked out on your show. Steve, I'm gonna keep pushing.
But you told me out there that you're in the system?
Yeah, I'm in the system. Nobody has custody of me.
No one has custody of you?
My mama lost custody of me like 2 years ago because when she was abusing me and stuff, yeah.
So technically speaking, it was unclear who, if anyone, actually gave legal consent for Mark to air this video, publish the video, take the video even.
She called me and I'm like, "Oh, babe, the soft white underbelly video is out." She like, "Mom, what?" I'm like, "Yeah." She like, "So you gave consent to him?" I said, "Yeah, you did the video." She like, "So you gave him consent?" I'm like, "Yeah." She like, "Did you see it?" I said, "Yep." Speaking
of legalities, the California Penal Code 311.10 makes it a crime to advertise, sell, or distribute child pornography. This includes transporting, producing, possessing, or duplicating any of this type of material. It's a crime to share child porn. It's a crime to hire, employ, use, persuade, or participate in the production of this type of abusive material.
But is that child porn? Well, I guess it is, because he was asking her to talk about her being a prostitute. So he is advertising, even though he trying to sit back and see, this is what I hate, this little gray area. He sit back like, well, I just interviewed her. I mean, we didn't video any sex or anything. Yeah. Then we got the gray area. Look how she was dressed. So you had to blur out different things because the way she was dressed, right? So that's the gray area. I don't play that gray area stuff. That's why I couldn't be a judge, because I was told, man, Slim, you trying to play games with me? Let me show you what a game is. Put him under the jail. Let him think about it for a little while. Not in a jail. Put his tail under a jail. Try to be nice. Because you wrong, man. You know you wrong, period. It's right or wrong, no gray area.
And it is a crime to advertise, sell, or distribute it. Mark had taken issue in the original video with people being upset about his actions. He basically said that anyone upset with this video just has too good of a life. This conclusion obviously and of course failed to consider that maybe people just have a soul and a conscience and feel bad for the child he was exploiting. But as usual, and coming as a surprise absolutely not to me, Mark took it a step further yet again by letting us all know that this wasn't even the worst of the materials. Oh no. He actually said, he said that there was much more, quote, salacious material that he had saved for his more depraved audience who likes to see the worst of the worst. This segment of his audience pays a monthly subscription fee for this content. Salacious, just to remind you, is a word that specifically refers to sexual content. So Mark admitted to producing sexual content of this child and was offering it for sale to any predator on the internet that would like to see that type of content.
You just have to pay the $10 tier. That's what it is. If you want to see child, that's what you have to do. You just pay the $10. That's all you have to do.
Again, it's unclear who, if anyone, could legally consent to him even interviewing the child in the first place. So that happened, and then I guess to atone himself of the guilt, Mark decided to have the child's mother on the channel as well. The child's mother goes by the name Tanea or Tanea, and she is a certain type of you-know-what worker. The child's biological father is also in this line of work.
You know, apple don't fall too far from the tree. She has a father too.
The mother seemed like an attention-seeking narcissist who really hated her own daughter and was jealous of her.
I feel like she started being jealous of me.
We're gonna pin my right YouTube. But yeah, you guys follow me or whatever, and...
But I don't know these people, so that's just speculation.
Why do people always say, oh, whatever? Hey, you guys follow me or whatever. Or whatever. What does that mean? That's a street ghetto... Man, oh my gracious, boy. Oh my... I have to tell my nephew to stop saying that. Don't be like them. Be yourself or whatever.
I feel like she started being jealous of me.
We're gonna pin my right YouTube. But yeah, you guys follow me or whatever, and...
But I don't know these people, so that's just speculation. Even beyond that, some higher up connections started to be made. This lady had actually already been on Mark's channel before. She was in an interview published on New Year's Eve 2022.
I got myself into a situation where I was about to get trafficked, and this was like 3 years ago. It was a close one. You know, I came up on this prince, and he was Arabian, and he flew me to Miami, and he said I was gonna be there for 2 weeks. We were in a $30 million house, and I ended up being there for a month, and I had to escape, okay? And we were meeting so many girls, and girls from Love and Hip Hop was coming in the house, and celebrities was there, and all of this stuff, but it started to get real weird, you know? It was a lot of drugs. I don't do hard like that. Like, I was smoking weed, you know? And they were doing hard drugs and stuff, and it was just like, it was getting, like my gut was telling me something bad is about to happen. He was trying to like distract us with buying this stuff. We was going shopping and doing all these things, and For some reason, I felt like I'm used to getting shit, but like this right here, where am I about to be tomorrow? And why are we still here? So then he says, well, we're gonna go to Cuba. So the girls start talking in the house and they're like, girl, I gotta get back home. And he said that I can't leave. And I'm like, well, what is he gonna do with us? You know, we had went to some celebrity's house and we ended up at P. Diddy's house. And I just started hearing conversations and I just got trafficking from it because, you know, I heard the prince saying something like, oh, you can have whoever you want. Like he was like selling us, you know? So I'm like,
Mark loves to signal his favorite and often most deranged interviews by posting them on holidays, so this tracks right on. Also, this lady, Nova's mother, Tanea, had been trying to launch her online persona for at least a year by the time her underage daughter appeared on Mark's channel.
So it seems to me that these rich, wealthy people, I'm talking people that probably make about, let's say 500, 800 million. No, let's just say $100 million a year. $100 million a year. They get these girls. If the girls demand, I want to go home. I want to go home now. No, I want to go home. I want to go home now. Okay. Well, no, I'll buy you more stuff. Buy you more. No, I want to go home. I want to go home now. Then they let them go. You know what I'm saying? But, no, I buy you clothes, I buy you this. Hey, we're going to another party, whatever. I got to go back to see my kids. Hey, I send your kids. I pay all your bills. I pay this. I pay anything you want. I just want you to stay with me one more week. Yeah. These are the stories I'm hearing. And before you know it, a month done went past. He giving me everything I want, even sending money back home to my kids, paying my electric, paying my gas, paying my car note, paying my insurance. Because he just want me to screw anybody that he says. Yeah. These stories get deeper than what you think, man. You be like, dang, I ain't even never look at it like that. There's so many twists and avenues that your imagination can't even grab. You are sex trafficked and you don't even know it.
Actually, she has been trying to make it since at least 2011.
Last on Surviving a Gangster. It was just a dream. To get caught slipping would be my worst nightmare.
All right, have it your way.
If you got unalive me, just unalive me.
If I was going to unalive you, I could have been unalived you.
This is romantic to him, I bet. I can't do this. He's basically forcing me. Yes, she's yours. She's supposed to look like you.
She was reportedly on a deranged reality show called The Ladies of Fig or something, I don't really know. And she also had an active YouTube channel of her own, and it was up and running by this point as well.
My other page went up. I got a surprise for y'all. I'm posting other content on there. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
On November 17th, 2023, just a couple weeks before her naked child would be advertising illegal services to a worldwide audience, Tanea posted a video of herself and her then boyfriend getting manicures in downtown LA.
So, we're here. Finally, we made it. Wow, really? Because it was Halloween. They suggested that, you know? But, yeah, I'm just glad we're here because he was trying to thank you. Duck and dodge this pedicure.
And that's where the plot starts to thicken even more. Guess who her boyfriend was in the video? A clown by the name of Crip, a well-known gang member who rose to fame on another deranged podcast, a friend of Mark, No Jumper by Adam Grand Mason, aka Adam 16, aka Adam 22. But this got me to wondering, hold on, wait a second. Both the mother and the daughter have admitted to participating in S work. The mother has admitted a year prior on camera to being a sugar baby, which means that a man was paying her money for her companionship and other services. The mother's former partner, which would be Nova's father, was identified as a pimp.
Word on the streets is that Crip Mac has been spotted with your baby mama.
No, I'm finna say something about that. I just left her house and she said, I said, you Crip Mac? She said, no. She nigga, look it, man. Since you brought it up, I'm finna go ahead and air it out. She wanna be famous, bro.
So it really just made me wonder, what is the connection to this gang member clown, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦? Was he perhaps a pimp himself of sorts? Now hear me out. Is it possible that 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, as Tanea's boyfriend and Nova's stepfather of sorts, could have arranged the meeting between Mark and Tanea in the first place all the way back in 2022? Or maybe he could have arranged the meeting between Nova and Mark because he would have been acting in a way, like I said, as her stepfather of sorts. Does Mark have gang members trolling down Figueroa Street to bring in fresh blood for his deranged show?
Baby. And her daughter out there on the motherfucking corner. You don't care nothing about your daughter. And you wonder why she came out, how she came out.
I really don't know the answer to any of this. It's just things to think about. So anyway, that manicure video was on November 17th, 2023. And about 2 weeks later, on November 29th, 2023, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, the gang member clown, had a falling out with another clown named 𝗗𝗓𝗡𝗡. And it was announced that 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗡 would be going back to jail soon. And about a week later, December 7th, 2023, that prediction would come true. As you can see in this video, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗡 was indeed arrested and booked and I guess put in jail. The same exact day is when the Naked Child's interview was published to Soft White Underbelly. So again, I just gotta wonder, when was the video of Nova even taken? When was it recorded? It must have been much earlier than that very day. But we get more clues from the child's mother, Tanea herself, on her own channel. The next day, December 8th, 2023, is when Tanea went back on Soft White Underbelly and talked a little bit more about her child with Mark. And a day or two after that, on December 9th or 10th, Tanea posts a video with her child on her channel, saying that the child, Nova, did not want to go to school.
So I basically let you just make the choice.
Yeah, you let me.
And what?
Yeah, you let me. You gave me more leeway now.
But I don't like what
you
you're
just
doing
don't let
now.
me leave. Like you be like, stay, or you can't go this. You have to ask me.
I don't know what Tanea really expected, but the general population was very upset with her for essentially pimping out her own kid for views.
I said you could get a pink iPad, go on online school, be on some fly stuff, and you say, yeah, that sounds cool. So you could at least do that. Alright, bet.
I don't think Tanea liked or expected the backlash, and like I said earlier, I do think the woman is a psychopathic narcissist, so nothing is really off limits for these people, but again, what do I know? I'm not a doctor. But Tanea did seem to be trying to take the blame for the whole ordeal off of herself and to put it onto Mark. She said that Mark Laita is the reason that Nova was wearing that see-through bikini top bra. She said Mark offered to pay Nova extra money for wearing a revealing top, which I completely believe, because the man is a fucked up sicko with no morals or ethical boundaries who will do anything for money, but that's just what I think. The man is dangerous and he needs to be locked up in an asylum and ideally lobotomized, but again, what do I know?
Hi guys, I'm Lima, the one you've heard so many wonderful things about.
Tanea also seemed to imply that Nova's video had been recorded much earlier than it was actually published, because she describes a timeline where Mark Laita was essentially hounding her for the consent to post Nova's interview.
It's like, oh, I hear that your daughter is on the street. If you want extra money, go find her so I can interview her. So I was like, you want me to recruit my own daughter? Like,
the bottom line on this though is that I think she's also a liar, so it's really hard to figure out which parts of her story are true and which are not. In any event, by New Year's Eve this past year, 2023, again, they love holidays, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 would come back online and state that he and the child's mother, Tanea, had broken up.
Oh, she's on blue fentanyl. She scammed me out of all the OnlyFans money.
Blue fentanyl.
Yeah.
Among other allegations, he alleged that Tanea is a quote junkie.
That's blue fentanyl is crazy. Yeah. Nah, it's out here though on phone number. That's really what's out here.
That's why she's so scrawny and she looked like she's dying. I felt sorry for her, but I'm not with no shit. They got 1 million kids and a drug habit. What the fuck? I look like a church.
This video was proof that 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 is getting finessed by his new girl, bro.
Oh, hood!
That other sitch, she was trying to let us know. The one that take bleak.
This nigga paid for me to be his girlfriend, like.
And at this point, I'm just starting to wonder, with all these overlapping cast of characters who have been all on each other's channels and who have financially benefited from that over and over since at least 2022, which was 2 years ago at this point. What really is the connection with these people? What really are the charges on 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 or whatever his name is? Then there's this other guy, Mark Laita, isn't arrested. Why not? I don't know. But it just makes me wonder, how did Mark actually meet Tanea? Could it have been through her boyfriend? Because the last time we talked about Mark Laita, we learned he met one of his biggest, his biggest viral hit at that point, Kelly, from her boyfriend. At this point, we know Crip Mac was Tanea's boyfriend. I don't know, just things to think about. I'm sure, as you can imagine, and I'm sure as some of you know, there is a whole lot more to the story, but I really just wanted to hit the highlights. In my opinion, and from my reading of the California Penal Code, Mark Laita has violated more than half of the child pornography statutes by soliciting, encouraging, producing, financing, paying for, distributing, and selling sexual materials of a child. And he should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and spend some time in prison. But innocent until proven guilty. And I'm not a prosecutor, so I guess they'll just have to let the cards fall where they may with that. Now, for Mark himself, he has come out and spoken in his own defense, and that leads us to the next subject of this video. Not long after the whole alleged child bleep fiasco wherein Mark Laita is selling salacious sexual materials of a child on his private website, he spoke about the issue with another repeat subject on his channel, Rebecca, who's been featured time after time on Soft White Underbelly videos.
Do you know what dissociative
identity disorder?
Yeah.
Deal.
Do you have it?
DID, Damsel in Distress? Oh, I wish. So I mean I can be reprogrammed as a Zeta Beta slave. As an ultra slave? Absolutely. Deal. Oh my god, anything to do with the CIA I would love. So I mean I can be reprogrammed as a Zeta Beta slave. As an ultra slave? Absolutely. Deal. Oh my god, anything to do with the CIA I would love. But it's very common, yes, in victims of trauma and abuse.
So sometimes you tell me nothing happened to you as a kid, and other times you tell me that...
And nothing happened to me as a kid. No, really, nothing happened to me as a kid.
Yeah, but there were a couple...
No, nothing happened to me as a kid.
Mark has stated that he was trying to help Rebecca, and he has repeatedly interviewed her on his channel, somehow managing to also find her location and track her down on the streets of Skid Row.
Hey, how you doing, Mark?
How are you?
Because you're in Hollywood. Can I get in?
Of course you can get in.
Rebecca.
Mark.
How's my girl?
Demure today. I feel a lot more demure. I feel a lot more.
You're like a work of art.
Oh god.
You think you're gonna die, or you think you're gonna change?
No, I can't die, Mark. I've already died this last time. I can't die.
Oh my god.
I love that one video of you where you were clean shaven and you had a nice haircut. I like blondes, but not with beards.
How dare you?
You're very handsome.
Buy me a razor, daddy.
We're gonna have to get into the whole Rebecca story in another video. Because to be honest, it's like a whole rabbit hole in and of itself.
Let me in. Open it. Unlock the car, babe. Honestly, Mark, I feel on the verge of being next to 𝗗𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦, you know?
I'm sorry?
I'll be your beard. I think I'm on the verge of being the next 𝗗𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦. I think once we're the 𝗗𝗡𝗡 of Skid Row, you know?
You're talking so fast, I can barely understand
I
you.
think we're the 𝗗𝗡𝗡 of Skid Row. You're the sugar daddy. I'm the,
I am your sugar daddy. I am your sugar daddy.
I'm your sugar daddy, and I'm the performer. What? I'm your slave.
Suffice it to say that Rebecca has caused quite the uproar herself on Soft White Underbelly, on Mark Laita's channel. We got her,
You need to help people, not exploit them. You are filming this guy and you got real close to this guy, so he's comfortable with you. He's know you filming him, so he can cut up and do whatever he wants because he's free. And you're giving him money so he can stay drugged up, and you can promote his live show. Everybody's into what you call it, reality show. His live reality show. That's what you're doing. Shame on you. Shame on you.
We have Mark Laita bringing her out to go shopping for dresses.
I guess we're not welcome here. Come on. 21. We'll take it. You want it? We'll take it.
He's apparently given her hotel rooms to stay in temporarily, and then he knows if she leaves, and it just makes me wonder, like, how does he know? Is there a camera in there? Is he like, I don't know. It's like, has somebody stand and watch? Does he show back up? Why is he doing that? If any of the answers to any of those is yes.
I offer to put you in the hotel room for a month.
I do it.
All right, you want me to get your room?
Sure, yeah.
Let's do it.
We will get into Rebecca on another video, okay? Yeah, I mean, and he also gets into something later on. We're going to talk about it later. He's going to talk about this ain't a helping channel. And I don't know what he's doing with all these hotel rooms and bringing her to buy her outfits if he's not a helping channel. Mark, a reptilian clown with no soul or conscience, attempted to defend his actions of posting himself discussing sexual acts with a naked child. He implies that critics of this deranged lunacy were crazy and just too soft. And he made up an unbelievable excuse that he, quote, didn't see the naked child because he didn't see or notice that the naked child was indeed naked because he's, quote, not a tits man. I don't know. I'll put in the clip what he actually said here. It was freaking deranged.
Your nipples are showing. You're going to get in trouble.
Sorry. I'm going to get in trouble.
Like I got in trouble.
I don't have tits.
I'm
a dude. I'm a man. I like to eat.
Isn't that weird that
I'm not stoned.
I did a video of a 13-year-old prostitute, and she had a bikini top that I wasn't even aware that you could see through it.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm not a breast man, so I'm not really looking at her breasts. But
what do you like in a woman's body?
The shape of her waist and hips and all that.
Yeah.
Legs.
So you like more like curved kind of.
Long.
Curved, like something
tall and thin with nice curves.
Tall and thin but nice curves, yeah. Which is not the easiest mix to get.
No, it's hard.
It's really. Let's say on that total there.
So basically, because his sexual proclivities are more susceptible to thighs and ass, he would have been more focused on those areas of the child rather than her obviously exposed breasts. And even this part is so deranged and disgusting. The man is saying, I'm not a tits man, so I'm not looking at the chest of a child. What if he was a tits man? Then it's okay to look at the tits of the child? It's disgusting. Something's wrong with this lunatic. Anyway. The fact that he didn't notice that she was naked makes absolutely not one shred of discernible sense to me, and it's probably because he's a bold-faced ass liar. But I'm not in his head, and I really don't know. Maybe he's telling the truth. Anyway, in this interview with Rebecca, Mark attempts to clear his name and, I guess, his conscience by blaming the public, the mother, the child herself, the audience, basically anybody but himself, which is asinine because he alone recorded that video, edited it, and put it up for the world to see. Now, Rebecca has been on Mark's channel probably dozens of times at this point, and she was even targeted by 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗏 from Aura, the lady who took over Amanda Rabb's healthcare and used her experimental VR tech on her before she tragically unexpectedly died in her care in an Aura facility.
She first went on there and she looked completely different. Then the next time she go on there, she looked worse, and she get worse and worse and worse.
The way that you get somebody that doesn't want to get help into treatment is through something called an LPS conservatorship, and that's what we're using for Amanda.
When I was smoking, I'm like in the cut, and then I'm gonna get murdered. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm behind the scenes, I'm annoying everybody, and then I get murdered.
She had passed away. They did the autopsy, they looked at her medical records.
Back in September 2022, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗏 and Mark discussed Rebecca and how they wanted to put Rebecca under the same program that Amanda had died in.
What the fuck?
𝗗𝗢𝗏 discussed having worked with or met Rebecca in the past.
They can call me and yell at me at random times of the day.
Yeah, no, it really got out of control. I mean, it's a shame because it's like you're a crusader almost for helping these people. Like whether it's Amanda, who tragically passed away, but at the end, Amanda was as sober as you and I are right now, and she said some of the sweetest things about you. You know, she said to me privately that you saved her life.
Yeah.
And whether you want to find somebody else from my channel that you wanted to help, you know, Rebecca would be a good.
Yeah, Rebecca has a very close place in my heart. And I think...
And Bam Margera as well.
Yeah. So, actually, with Chris...
And somehow it was my fault she couldn't work with her anymore or something. Honestly, I really don't know. I'll put the clip right here. But Mark used this December 2023 interview with Rebecca to attempt to clear his name and his guilt and the whole potential child porn he produced, paid for, distributed, and sold. And then about a month later, in January 2024, a disturbing update happened in the Rebecca saga. Apparently, she is at risk of being deported, and for what reasons, I really don't know. Usually, Rebecca and Mark engage in banter, and honestly, it does seem mutual and lighthearted for the most part.
Exposing private parts and public property. That was West Hollywood or Beverly Hills?
I plead the fifth.
Some commenters have speculated that Mark and Rebecca are lovers, or that Mark is in love with Rebecca, or vice versa, but I haven't seen a ton of evidence for this theory.
I am your sugar daddy.
Yeah, I'm your sugar daddy, and I'm the performer. What? I'm your slut.
There's no way, think about it, there's no way that this man who is exploiting the problems of these people, in the back of his mind, he would never say it, but in the back of his mind, he looks at these people as they are creeps, lunatics, they weirdos. I'm just going to film them to make money. I know this dude is not sleeping with none of them. He ain't interested in sleeping with none of them. What he do is take his money and he go get them high class girls to sleep with. That's what he's doing.
But in this deportation video, Rebecca takes a much harsher and stronger stance with Mark. Mark alleges he's, quote, trying to help Rebecca, and he's contacted an immigration attorney on Rebecca's behalf. I'll roll the clip here so that you can see it for yourself, but Mark is trying to get Rebecca to discuss these legal matters with the lawyer.
Would you like to have a phone call to talk about your immigration issues?
I guess.
Not only in front of him, but also on camera for the entire world to see and hear. And we already established how the man feels about censoring stuff, so who knows what would have actually been published for all the world to see.
This woman's name is Carla.
This is a shame. This man is sick. And the more time I spend with him, the more I can exploit him because he's used to me, he likes me. I give him money. Sometimes I can exploit him, overexploit him, and he know that I overexploit him, so he'll ask me for something like a new dress or can I stay in a hotel? I'm tired. I need. Can you please buy me a bottle of liquor? It's my birthday and I want something special for my birthday. Okay, what do you want? Because I have made $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 off of you. I can spend $80 on you. What do you want? Yeah, that's a shame.
And I will call her number right now.
But Rebecca rightfully stated she didn't really want to discuss her private legal matters on camera or in front of Mark for that matter.
Call her number right now.
She didn't seem to like or trust the immigration lawyer either because she took the opportunity to cry for help to any other lawyer or legal adjacent person who might be able to help her. Now this is just my own personal speculation, but I think this whole Rebecca circus is an attempt to entrap Rebecca in a treatment program with Mark's associate, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, and her experimental digital health startup, 𝗟𝗓. And please don't forget, 𝗗𝗢𝗡 predicted 𝗟𝗓's revenues for last year would be over $50 million. I mean, it's not speculation that 𝗗𝗢𝗡 wanted to work with Rebecca at one point as recently as September 2022. It's not speculation that step 1 of 𝗗𝗢𝗡's 𝗟𝗓 program is, quote, conservatorship or jail. So we know that the model depends on some weird rock and hard place coercion so the person cannot leave the program. I do speculate that this whole deportation thing is another mutated version of the conservatorship or jail conundrum. We'll call this one conservatorship or deportation. Again, I don't know if this is true, I'm just speculating, but we have seen a similar thing happen before with Amanda Rabb, another subject on Mark's channel. Amanda Rabb allegedly assaulted her father, Larry Rabb, who called 𝗗𝗢𝗡 and was instructed to call the police. Larry, Mark, and 𝗗𝗢𝗡 worked together to get Amanda put up in a rehab facility that she was not allowed to leave.
She didn't have any type of healthcare directive, agent, or anything like that. She just had the court telling her you need to go. She had attacked her father, which was a felony because she attacked him with a weapon, and they were looking at either jail time for her. That last day that I went to court, she was set to be released. They were looking at either jail time for her. She was set to be released, and so I just petitioned, this is not a criminal situation, it's a mental health situation. So we essentially just asked the judge if we cash paid her treatment and got her out of the system so she's not a burden on the system, would he be willing to court order treatment instead of jail time?
She would have been free for 10 days, right?
Not for 10 days. She would have been potentially released the last time I came. So that last day that I went to court, she was set to be released. And so I just petitioned, this is not a criminal situation, it's a mental health situation. So we essentially just asked the judge if we cash paid her treatment and got her out of the system so she's not a burden on the system. She was set to be released back onto the street because there were no other options for her. And so initially when speaking to the district attorney, I notified her that this was not Amanda's first time, which was already something that was known, and that she's in a very bad mental state. So based on that information is what made them shift gears. She was set to be released and say that if we were willing to take responsibility, so basically myself, willing to ensure that I report everything to the courthouse and make sure that Amanda doesn't violate anything and ensure that she follows court order, that they would consider giving her a mandated 1-year plan, which would be the essential path of an LPS conservatorship. So Amanda was never under guardianship, she was never under conservatorship. A mandated 1-year plan, which would be the essential path of an LPS conservatorship. Would he be willing to court-order treatment instead of jail time?
If she left, she was facing up to 5 years in prison. We know Mark has been trying to get Rebecca to go to rehab in Florida and elsewhere for literally years, and we know for a fact that Rebecca is on 𝗟𝗡𝗡's radar. 𝗟𝗡𝗡's sister Dahlia has accused her own mother of sex trafficking her and states that she cannot leave her apartment to even so much as sit on the bench outside. And most notably, Rebecca is clearly crying out for help in this deportation video. Like I keep saying, I really don't know what's going on with Rebecca, and I really don't know if what Mark did in conjunction with Nova and her mother or whatever was a crime. I don't know how Mark met Tanea or what his relationship with Crip is, but this is all still very alarming, and I believe an investigation is warranted. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder whether the local authorities know exactly who Mark Laita is and exactly what he's about, and they simply do not care to hold him accountable. We're living in sick and dark times, and I wouldn't be doing what I feel like I'm here to do if I at least didn't bring it to your attention, the people, the public. And that's pretty much all I really had to say for today. Leave in the comments below what you think. Is this a little better of a scandal for you? Love you, mean it, bye.
I motivate a lot of people, so what if I motivated my daughter to say, I want to be just like my mom, even if it's go against the grain?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much for clearing the air on some of this
Yes.
drama.
Yes. We're going to pin my YouTube. But yeah, you guys follow me or whatever. And I love y'all. I love the good comments. I see what y'all saying. And we going to get through this. We going to figure something out.
If the little girl hit you up and asked you, said, I'm hungry, my mama won't let me go home, was I wrong for sending her a cash app?
She's on. She also scammed me out of all the only money.
That's all they got, man.
I don't do, like, this is not a helping channel. This channel is not about helping. If it was, you'd see a lot more videos about me helping. There's a lot of shit that I do behind the scenes that nobody ever sees because it's not a helping channel.
But that simply cannot be reconciled with those many GoFundMe fundraisers. Mark Laita himself has organized numerous fundraisers and enlisted public support for donations totaling in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, conservatively. He's literally used the word help in the descriptions for some of these. He also specifically describes the supposed help he provides in other fundraiser descriptions.
So helping is not part of my channel. That's not what this channel, Software Underbelly, is all about. This morning I probably bled, I'll bet you I bled about $1,000 at least, $1,200.
Today?
In that, yeah.
How so? Who are you giving it out to?
Everybody that comes up to me, and I have a hard time saying no, and when I do say no, they don't leave. So at some point I'm paying them to leave, to just leave.
Now, the ones who are still alive and still in need of help find themselves on the front cover of his latest project. Not for helping them though, this ain't a helping channel. I don't really know what all of this means. But one final question that I do wonder, if Soft White Underbelly isn't a helping channel, what is it? And if it's not helping these subjects, what is it doing? Who's really benefiting from these women's name and likeness? I don't have the answer to that, but if you ask Mark Laita himself, it's not helping.
It's not a helping channel.
How can you say that you're not a
And there you
help
have it. So, yeah, like I said, been talking about this for a while. I do have a whole entire P. Diddy playlist on my other channel, That Surprise Witness TV. And I have a The Web playlist that you should probably check out here on BJ Investigates if that video interested you. That's all I really had for today. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Love you, mean it,
I am so glad that I went to her channel. Y'all go to her channel and support her. We have a fundraiser and we don't really we don't push our fundraiser, but I swear to you, there has been plenty of times for Christmas when the kids go back to school, we would push it a little bit, and I promise you, I tell everybody whatever we raise through the fundraiser, I show it, and then I take money out of my pocket and match whatever we made in the fundraiser, and I send it to my people who need direct help because they cannot feed their kids. The kids can't go to school sometimes because they don't have any food. The last time we did the fundraiser, I have a play sister in the Philippines, and I send the money directly to her, and she was like, it's so much food, I don't know what to do. I said, you find people in your village, in your neighborhood, the poor people, you find them and you bless them with a food bag. So we have pictures and everything of her going around taking pictures and giving people food, and they thank us. They thank me so much, and I'm like, it's not me. It's the viewers. It's you guys, and I thank y'all. I thank everybody who gave, everybody who want to give. I'm trying to find a way to get people to give to the right people and not the wrong people. There's so many situations out there like this guy that's actually saying donate, and y'all don't know where the money's going to. So I try, and everybody, you raising all this money, and how do we know where it's going? I try to film it and try to show y'all step by step where the money's going. If you do that, oh, he just filming this to try to, so he can make himself look good. Like, God dang, no matter, if you do this, you're wrong. If you do it like this, you're wrong. So no matter what you do in this world, people are going to talk about you. So you might as well do you. That's the way I look at it. If I do anything, I was ready to go with the girlfriend. If I marry anyway, whatever you do in life, somebody has already done it or somebody has already didn't do it. So why don't you try this? This is what I came up with. I'm talking when I was like 24, 25 years old. I'm 58. I said, you know what? I'm just going to do me. I'm going to be honest and just do the best that I can do as me. If you don't like it, then that's your problem. Because I'm going to do what I ain't going to stretch it. And I ain't going, in fact, I'm going to come under a little bit. I'm just going to come under a little bit. Because I don't want nobody to think I'm bragging on something. And if you feel so much better, I ain't got to worry about what lie I told. I told him, what lie I told him? I told him I made $400,000. Or did I say $300,000? When I should have just told the truth, I made $30. The truth is easier to remember. But these channels right here, man, and all this stuff, oh, this is what I'm gonna close with. Let's close. I went deeper to research this little girl that did an interview that said she was at Puffy's white party. She went to one of the white parties. So, and that's the one that said she's seen little people. And I'm thinking she's talking about midgets. Because of her life in this video, her credibility for going on all them talk shows and stuff has dropped. Also, the way she dresses has dropped. Also, the way she has raised her daughter has dropped. Her credibility, as far as my research, has dropped. And I'm pretty sure you can clearly see why. I'm not saying that she didn't go to the party, and I'm not saying that all the stuff she said is true or not true. But my weighing in on facts and how much truth is behind her story has dropped in my heart. And I was really hoping that I didn't have to judge her. I was trying not to judge her because of that hoochie mama dress she had on in that interview. Y'all need to go check that interview out. I was trying my best not to judge her, but if you gonna dress like that, that's what you are. You looking for fame, you looking for clout, you thinking, and I feel sorry for these people, man, because that's all they have. I got my tattoos, I done paid for all this. This is all they know how to spend their money on. Liquor, tattoos. This dude is doing an interview with a Ferrari hat, Ferrari jacket, and all this. I'm looking at him like, dude, do you have the car? No. If you do have a Ferrari, you probably bought it used. We are doing this wrong, man. You feel happier and you feel better when you live life and take that curtain off. Stop hiding behind that curtain. Anyway, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. I done double talked and I don't feel good. So y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.